This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Tori in for Jeff. Happy hump day.
Yeah.
I still did it. How you guys doing?
Still did.
Still did it.
Not as good as you, apparently. But
I'm loving
here for it,
today.
Tori.
Loving
like
it.
that.
All right. Well, we got some good news for Johnny Depp fans. Is he back? His new French film opened the Cannes Film Festival yesterday. Johnny plays King Louis XV, who is known for his scandalous affair with a prostitute. Now, he's got about 12 lines in the film, all of them in French. It's following the screening. Johnny got a 7-minute standing ovation from the crowd, leaving him a little teary-eyed. During the press conference, Johnny was asked if he felt like he was being maybe boycotted by Hollywood. Here's Depp's response.
I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood because I don't think about it. I don't think about Hollywood. I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself. I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, I think it's a very strange, funny time where everybody would love to be able to be themselves, but they can't.
No, they can't. It can. I tried it again. It didn't go well. It's the second time. So does Johnny Depp need Hollywood, and why does he speak like that? No, I'm just kidding. But why does he need it at all? Or can he ride this French sort of independent European?
I don't think he needs to ride any French particular wave. I think the $300 million he made as a franchise, not even the movie alone of Pirates of the Caribbean, the new $20 million deal he did literally barely a few months ago with Dior for the next 3 years, he's okay.
But what if he spends so much in wine, which he has offered to say he spends a lot on a lot of things, especially wine?
I would argue that's why we know so much about his private life is because of the financial issues. I think we always talk about money, about how much people make, but we never talk about how it's being spent. And I think we've known a lot about Johnny Depp's personal life, both financial and personal in terms of his relationships, because that money might have been misappropriated in some way or just irresponsibly used. I'm always reluctant when anyone starts to speak about how we know them, because if it weren't for Hollywood, we wouldn't know Johnny Depp. And I think sometimes people get into these situations where maybe it's not their season, maybe they're not being celebrated in that way, and then their instinct, and I can understand, is to lash out like, well, I don't really need this, I don't need you. But if that next season is to come to pass and to sustain the lifestyle for which he's become accustomed, I think you kind of leave it on a good note.
Right. I mean, you're talking about the full life cycle of John Travolta. I mean, he was gone.
Pulp
John
Fiction,
Travolta
you're absolutely right.
He was a thing of the 70s. He was gone until we saw him in Pulp Fiction, and now he's been a part of our culture for the better part of 20 years.
You're absolutely right.
So if he had come out the year before Pulp Fiction and said, I don't need any big Hollywood director, maybe, Tarantino finds somebody else. You're right, there is a season, and I do think that he needs Hollywood because that's how we found him. If this is YouTube, a YouTuber can roll into the ABC offices and say, I'm already a multimillionaire. What do I need your network for? But if Hollywood props you up to the point we know about you, they can let us know about you again. So I think he chose his words carefully, and I get what he was saying.
I love your Travolta analogy, although I did like Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking Too. I appreciate those
You were the
movies.
only one.
Yeah, I know.
No, people.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I kind of like them.
They were good.
At least the first one.
At least the first, that's right.
like
All right, speaking of Cannes, it was a family affair on the red carpet for some stars. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones attended the premiere of Johnny Depp's film with their 20-year-old daughter, Karis, and posed on the red carpet by kissing Michael on the cheek.
I was there too.
You were also there. You cannot have been there. Okay. Uma Thurman also attended the premiere in this pale pink Christian Dior gown with a large red overcoat and choker on her neck. She brought along her 21-year-old son, Levon Thurman Hawke, who looks just like her. Naomi Campbell looked stunning in this long silver gown with diamond cuffs and poker straight hair. The way she walks.
Oh,
Yes.
it was just elegant, wasn't she?
But
really
everyone was talking about 77-year-old Dame Helen Mirren, who showed up with blue hair in a messy updo to match her dress. She also held up a fan with #WorthIt written on it. Do we like the blue hair, Stephanie?
Yeah, I think she's so fun. I think it it matches her dress perfectly. She's gorgeous. I think she's such a role model, and I love. She's a spokesperson, or she's on the red carpet as a guest of L'Oreal. That's their slogan, which is why it's saying it on the fan. She looks incredible. I love her.
I like the blue hair. Did anyone not like the blue hair?
I was down with the blue hair. I was just stuck on Naomi Campbell's walk.
I know.
Is there a way to show that again?
She did really.
If you could get the phrase, "You're welcome into a walk," like it's just like you are welcome. I won't be here long, but you're welcome. You can tell your kids you saw this.
Yeah. I love she's got her sunglasses in her hand, ready to cover her hand. Yeah, watch, we play it again. She's walking, she's got her sunglasses in her hand, ready to put them back on the minute she's done. She's like, take my picture and then leave me alone. Watch, watch, watch. Watch, you ready?
She's ready to go.
I love it.
The sunglasses let the paparazzi know you're on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, just get your shot already, okay?
I love Naomi Campbell because people wanted to make her the angry black woman for so long. And when you look back on those interviews and the context, just that the media put out about her, like, yeah, she's a boss. She has boss energy, and everyone around her had that boss energy, but didn't get the scrutiny that she did. So I stand Naomi Campbell. She is a legend and has the staying power of a goddess.
I agree with you, and I'm going to try to walk like her from now on, so don't laugh.
I'm just trying to get boss energy.
You kind of have it.
All right.
All right, this is real serious, and I want to get to this, especially because we do have a Brit here. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, they were involved in a near catastrophic car chase in New York last night. So let me tell you the story here. The Duke, the Duchess, and her mother were chased by paparazzi for 2 hours after attending an event where Meghan was honored. In a statement, their spokesperson said, quote, "The pursuit resulted in multiple near collisions, involved other drivers, pedestrians, and 2 police officers. The chase is, of course, chills, reminiscent of Princess Diana's final moments in Paris when her car crashed into a tunnel after also being chased by photographers." Now, as our show has said, the spokesperson has also said dissemination of these images, given the ways in which they were obtained, and it encourages a highly intrusive practice that is dangerous to all involved. We have chosen not to show those images because we find that a danger to all. Steph, what is your reaction?
Oh, I just think it's shocking, you know, and the news was broken by the BBC earlier today, and the thing about the BBC is they are a very even keel. Yes. It's not the Daily Mail, it's not the Sun, it's not the New York Post, whatever. They are literally factual, and they're like, it's literally nearly catastrophic, which is horrific. And I mean, I can't imagine, you've gone to an event, they've already done all the press, they've done all the photos, they've smiled, they've stood there for the cameras. Let them go home.
Let them go home.
You know? And
I remember very quickly when we were doing our podcast, when they were in the car specifically, Erica, I don't know if you remember, on Come Back with Erica Cobb, that he was nervous in the car, visibly, and she was, it's okay, we're gonna get out of here. The trauma of being in a car and the chase, the sounds, the feeling, I feel like Harry's already traumatized enough, and he's gone through so much, and obviously having to live that moment, not for the first time, I'm sure, but in that situation with Meghan, after everything that's just happened with the press and everything, it's terrible. And his mother-in-law in the car, what did you think, Erica?
Obviously, it's the money. You follow the money, and then that's where the liability is. That's also the responsibility of whoever is going to choose to show those images. I mean, there has to come a time where we put the value of human life above, like, the sensationalism of celebrity, which is all that really is. But there's something about that photo of Harry and Meghan and Doria, Mama Doria, that just really makes my heart warm for so many reasons. It really seems like she is a second mother.
I was going to say another mother figure,
And it's beautiful, but to know that happened is truly unfortunate.
You just added to it, Al, by thinking another mom was in that car. There's another chance of another mother figure going. What did you think, Al? Same thing?
Just the re-traumatization is a weird angle to take, but it made me think about there's a line in the movie The Departed when Leo DiCaprio's in this bar with this tough guy, and he says, there's people in this bar that you can hit and there's people that you can't. And he's saying that you need, but we don't see this kind of interaction with any other celebrity. You don't see a few cars chasing J-Lo
for 2 hours
after a concert, or chasing Bono after a concert. It seems to be just one set of people that are subject to these laws where people just have free reign to do whatever they want, stalk them on their property. They have asked for privacy. Anybody else that asks for privacy, you don't see people doing this to Jack Nicholson or anything. Right. It just seems like it's just these two. And I wonder why those are the two people in the bar that you can hit. I just wonder why.
That's a great point. Well, I'm very proud of our show for not showing those pictures. Now, it's one of the most iconic movie lines ever spoken, but now Arnold Schwarzenegger says he wanted to change the line, this one particularly, from The Terminator. Watch.
I'll be back.
Okay, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Arnold argued with director James Cameron over the line. Arnold said he wanted it to be, I will be back, instead. But James said, quote, it's just one word. Don't tell me how to write. I don't tell you how to act. In the end, Arnold said the line the way James wanted, and the rest is history. Can you imagine?
I had this moment.
I will be back.
When I was a writer on the Shaquille O'Neal show, I kind of weirdly got into it with one of the directors because there was a line where Shaq had to say, I have beef with something, like I have beef with Erica. And he said, no, Al, it's a beef. Like you have a beef. And so we kind of went, and then I got an email saying, don't argue with me in front of people. But I was just like, that's kind of how people talk. But it's these weird little like one words, and it was like a strongly worded email. I was just like, that's how people say it in the streets. I have a beef with Stephanie. Like, what?
Delegation.
Yes.
People are there for a reason. Let people do their jobs.
Let them blossom where they are. I agree.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I will be back.
No.
It sounds good. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Very phonetically correct.
No. Coming up on DBL, our interview with comedian Louis Black. He's telling us all about his new special. Plus, Black China is talking about her decision to get her face fillers removed. We're talking about that coming up next. DBL, this show is amazing.
There's a lot going on down here.
I would have been part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
So on point.
But I'm going to have a conversation about what's happening now.
We also didn't get to this, guys, the Golden Bachelor.
Okay. I was
Sounds
so
like Erica's got
excited
something to
about
say.
Very excited.
I was so excited about the Golden Bachelor. So there is someone in my orbit of people that would have been perfect for this show. And we tried everything to get this person on the show. Now she is in a relationship.
Oh, muscle.
But I was saying that this was the way to go. I mean, if you had...
Oh, that's...
I don't
55?
know. I think the I forget what the criteria. She fit the criteria.
Let me look it up. How old?
But I forget what the actual
Bachelor
criteria.
age parameters?
I'd say 20s.
But I
But
think it'd be
they've had
35 and
people
under.
up to 40 at this point, though.
don't know.
They've had like 39 because the oldest Bachelorette, I believe, was turning 40.
Kelly.
Claire.
Can you
Here we
look
go.
up the Bachelor?
65 and up, guys.
65
and up for Golden.
Yeah.
The Bachelor parameters for the regular Bachelor, like how
age?
old?
It's like 30 right now. They
20
don't
to 30?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about 20 to 30, but yeah, probably. Or 21. I think you probably have to be 21.
I thought Claire was like almost 40.
Yeah, but they haven't had anyone
Who's watching
on in a
Appointment
while
TV?
that's
That was
been
that
over
age?
30,
Yeah.
And maybe one person here or there.
Yeah, I was at a Mother's Day brunch this weekend, and it was these two women who had known each other for a long time. Their girls actually grew up together, and they were like in their 60s. And they were talking about how they had no desire to date any longer. Like they didn't have a desire for a companion. And a big part of that is like women and men that age, they are susceptible to getting scammed. People are just not out for great reasons, so they're a vulnerable population. But I hope that people find love in their life.
And what's smart is they watch what you said, Appointment TV. Welcome back. It's pretty normal to see the tabloids call celebs crazy, disgusting, stupid. But actually, this week, those celebs called themselves that. Let's get to the bottom of this. So Black China, you know, rapper, has a baby with Rob Kardashian and then sue the Kardashians. Yeah, you know her. Turns out she's wanting to make a change to her face. She posted a video on Instagram saying her face looked, quote, crazy with all the fillers that she used to have.
I was looking at old pictures, you guys, That face was looking crazy.
So a few months ago, she posted about getting surgery to also reverse some of her silicone injections. But actually, I know what you want, the before and after.
Wow.
I gotta say, I kind of love that some celebs are talking about getting rid of their fillers, like how Courtney Cox got hers removed because she said she started to look unnatural. Not sure if this is just because of changing trends or because we're in the age of transparency, but I'm here for it nonetheless. Diane Keaton also called herself names this week. She said she was, quote, disgusting and stupid while on The View. But no, it wasn't because of any facial fillers. It was because they played a video she posted to her Instagram dancing while she was on The View. Take a look at this.
That's neat. Disgusting.
I love it.
That's so stupid. I can't stand it.
But actually, she should totally embrace her moves. And if no one else wants to dance with her, she can take herself dancing and buy herself flowers. That's all for this week. We'll be right back.
Take a look at this video. Hundreds of people rushing across a bridge, seemingly passing through some sort of checkpoint. It was posted this week by a Republican congressman from Arizona who claimed it was a surge of migrants that constituted a, quote, invasion of our homeland. He blamed the Biden administration, saying it hasn't taken enough action following the expiration of Title 42, a policy that allowed the U.S. to quickly turn people away at the border. But does this video actually show migrants entering America after the end of Title 42? Let's verify. Our sources are video forensics tools Revi and Invid, video and reporting from the Associated Press, and follow-up statements made by the congressman himself. We did a reverse search to see if we could identify where and when the video was originally recorded, and we found a match. Here's the viral video. You can see a man in a hoodie and green hat jumping over some sort of fence. And here's a video posted by the Associated Press in March. You can see the same crowd on the same bridge, and right here, that same guy in the green hat and hoodie. So this video was recorded months before Title 42 expired. And it doesn't show migrants crossing the border. It shows them getting on a bridge from Mexico that goes to the U.S., but getting stopped by American agents who had erected barricades. AP reported that after a standoff, the migrants eventually left the bridge and returned to Mexico. 2 days after his original post, Congressman Eli Crane replied to the video to clarify this specific surge was filmed before the end of Title 42. So we can verify, no, this video does not show migrants entering the U.S. after Title 42 expired. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Much like I felt when I was in elementary school, then I was like 9. And the teacher said, in case of a nuclear attack, get under your desk. And I said, why would I do that? And she said, because you'll burn faster.
Welcome back. We've known him for decades as the venomous king of the rant, and in his new comedy special, he's exploring if there actually is a sunnier side to society, or if all hope is lost. Earlier, we spoke with Lewis Black. Take a look. Please welcome to the show Grammy Award-winning comedian Lewis Black.
Yeah, buddy.
Hello, Mr. Sunshine. All right, your distinct angry style is notorious, and I wanted to know how much of that persona is your true personality. Or are you like a mensch and you're just like a cuddle bug at home?
Well, I mean, if I acted like that all the time, I'd be dead. Okay?
That's true.
You can't respond to everything with anger. And there's a lot of stuff that makes me happy, but I'm not like, and there's a part of me that's kind of soft and squishy, like with everybody, but I can't really let that out. I've got to make a living.
I hear you.
You got to be hard. Yeah, this is the society we live in now.
No, and look, I beat us to the punch on that. I'm the one who should be yelling, not the rest of these idiots, okay? All right? Because I still try to find the joke. I'm bellowing for all of us, okay? Because there's irritation after irritation. But you know what? You yell at objects. That's why you got objects, all right? The tea sucks, all right? This is awful. Okay, this is terrible, T. But you know what? You don't do it at each other.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
stop it.
Beautiful.
Well, let's stay on that track because I want to know, we all know you from The Daily Show, but I want to know what you're ranting about today. I think there's a few things that might have you up in arms.
Well, think about what's happening today. They're meeting to discuss whether we're going to pay our bills. Seriously, we got a debt. Whether they raise the debt limit, you're going to meet about it? No, you pay your bills. That's what you do.
Yes.
Okay? And if you're not going to pay your bills, if the government isn't, then none of us should pay a mortgage or rent or anything else.
Boom.
Go to the store and go, I really like to pay you today, but, I can't raise my debt limit.
I love that.
Ooh,
I'm gonna try
where
it.
were
That's a
you
good
when I
answer.
filed for bankruptcy? Okay, so a lot of your new specials deals with the pandemic. So what do you think is the strangest thing we did as a society during that time?
You need a cat. What we did as a society during that time was not get together and try to figure out how to deal with a pandemic, okay? And it wasn't us, all right? It was a leadership on both sides that wouldn't sit down together and discuss it. There was nothing political to be gained by making stuff up or talking about, yelling at each other about, how we deal with the pandemic. You sit down as the leadership, discuss how are we going to go about this so that we remain sane. Because I'll tell you this, I went nuts. That's what happened to me. I lost my mind. And I wasn't kidding around about getting under a desk. That's the way I felt like every day when they'd come out and tell me what I was supposed to do. From the very beginning, I said, they have not sat down and talked about this.
Yeah, Louis, we got a lot in common, my friend, just to be frank. Yeah, definitely. We could sit down and have a good, angry conversation. But I also love a good conspiracy as well. But some have just gotten ridiculous lately. So what's the most outrageous conspiracy theory that you have heard in the last couple of years?
Well, it was the QAnons who really, as a group, decided that Robert Kennedy was going to return to Dealey Plaza, where his father, John Kennedy, was shot. And there he was going to meet the former president, Donald Trump. And together, they were going to go to Washington and kick Joe Biden, or as I call him, the ghost of Christmas past, out of office. And that was going to be, what seriously, what planet could you be on? And they showed up.
They did.
They showed up there. And as soon as they did, we should have had a giant net and just dropped it on them.
Dude, we got to grab a coffee.
You guys are love. You're love. DBL Nation, Lewis Black's new special, Tragically, I Need You, is streaming now. You can go watch the whole thing for free right now at official Lewis Black on YouTube, and he's on tour this summer. So check out lewisblack.com to get your tickets when he comes to your town. Thank you, Lewis. We'll be right back.
Thanks, buddy.
Since 2020, the Food and Drug Administration has required men who have sex with men to abstain from sex for 3 months prior to giving blood. And it required people taking medication or treatment to prevent HIV infection, such as PrEP, to wait 3 months after their most recent dose before donating. According to the FDA, this pre-screening eliminates up to 90% of donors who may be carrying a blood-borne disease like HIV or hepatitis. But a recent tweet claims the FDA has changed that rule, now allowing gay and bisexual men in monogamous relationships to donate blood without the wait. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the American Red Cross, and Vitalant. On May 11th, the FDA finalized new guidelines on evaluating blood donor eligibility. The new policy allows men who have sex with men to give blood without having to abstain from sex for 3 months if they are in a monogamous relationship. Under the new guidelines, PrEP users will still need to wait 3 months after their most recent dose before donating. Vitalant, a nonprofit blood donation center with more than 100 locations in the U.S., says the new policy marks the first time in 40 years that blood donor eligibility is evaluated regardless of sexual orientation or gender, while maintaining the safety of the blood supply. So we can verify, yes, the FDA has changed its blood donation guidelines. Now, men who have sex with men can donate blood without having to abstain from sex for 3 months if they're in a monogamous relationship. Both Vitalant and the American Red Cross announced they will follow the FDA's latest guidance, but say it'll take a few weeks before they can start implementing the new rule. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
This May, escape to paradise with a family all-inclusive vacation experience to any of the beach's resorts, with 3 spectacular locations in the Caribbean to choose from. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/beaches for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night beaches resort stay for a family of 4 to a beaches resorts destination in Jamaica or Turks and Caicos. The winner will be announced on DBL May 24th. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the perfect family getaway, where everyone will enjoy the Caribbean's best beaches and everything all included.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Escape to paradise for your chance to win the perfect family getaway. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/beaches for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night beaches resort stay for a family of 4 to a beaches resorts destination in Jamaica or Turks and Caicos. Today's beaches resorts word of the day is sun. The winner will be announced on DBL May 24th.
Welcome back. If you're like some of us here, chances are you might be driving with your pets in the car from time to time. We got some tips to make sure those trips are safe and stress-free. That's today's Auto Alert, sponsored by Car Care. First up, everyone needs a seat belt, so secure your pet with a car harness in the back seat. Next, invest in some pet-friendly accessories like carpet, seat covers. And finally, don't forget to clean off those paw prints and nose streaks from the doors and windows. Car Care is dedicated to providing you with an amazing auto protection plan experience that works with your budget. So if you're looking for better car care, give them a call at 1-800-687-1821. I have, I don't have, my parents have a fluffy, big car seat that Penny sits in, their dog. Nice, beautiful shawl.
What kind of dog is Penny?
Penny, Penelope Jane.
No, what kind of dog?
Oh, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Yeah, that's what you're going to see. All right, bye, guys.